Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Builder Field here in the heart of Newport News, Virginia. As this afternoon, we will see your athletic builders, your apprentice school athletic builders take on the Tornadoes of Brevard College. Good afternoon, everyone. Howard McCain here with you to bring you play-by-play action of this afternoon's game. Absolute beautiful day here in the city. Right now, folks, if you are at home, sitting at home doing absolutely nothing, trust me, there's no other football on television that you should be watching. You should be here, right here with us. Beautiful day here in Newport News. 83 degrees is our temperature. Humidity sitting around about 53%. So it's a little sticky out here. But look, it's football. Football is finally back. So come on out and join us. Winds are out of the east-southeast at about 9 miles per hour. And there is absolutely no chance for rain. Now, if you're interested in that kind of thing, I'm not. The UV index today, folks, is sitting somewhere around about 7. So what does that mean? There's just a moderate risk for sorry about that, folks. Um, we're going to switch the song here in the stadium. Okay, so again, UV index sitting around about 7. So what does that mean? There's a moderate risk of sun exposure. So please make sure that you are properly covered if you do decide to come and join us here at the stadium. So what do we have going on today? Coach Vincent Brown, who's in his second year at the helm for the Builders, brings in his program today with a 1-0 record, having knocked off Averett last week by a score of 27-14. Big win by Coach on his first game of the young season. You always want to start your season out, of course, on a good note. Trailed much of that game. As a matter of fact, they were trailing 14-3 going into the half, but were able to put together a solid second half of that game, come back, get that victory to get themselves here to this point, 1-0, starting the home portion of their 2022 schedule. So what about the visiting Tornadoes, who are led by Coach Kyatt? He is in his sixth year, Bill Kyatt, in his sixth year at the helm for Brevard College out of North Carolina. These two teams met last year where the Builders actually went into Brevard Stadium and beat them last season. So we're hoping for a repeat performance. But for the Tornadoes, they're not looking for a repeat performance, folks. They lost their first game of the season last week. They lost to Shorter by a score of 45-6. So Coach Kyatt looking to get his team back on track. Builders looking to continue their winning ways. Again, first game of the home portion of the schedule for the Builders. As you can see, our captains for both teams are about to make their way to the middle of the field for the coin toss. Looking up and down here on the roster to see who our captains for today would be. Okay, so we do have Javion Walker out there for the Builders. He's joined by Will Sauter as well, as the players start to mix it up out there a little bit, having trouble finding the numbers on the backs of the jerseys. But we'll get those captains to you here just shortly. So out at midfield for both teams, again, are the captains, as the referee for today's game, Mark Barber, set for the coin toss. And we're going to get started here very shortly. Again, glad you can join us, whether you're going to be making the trip out here to the stadium or if you're going to sit home and watch the live stream right now on YouTube. Either way you're joining us, we are absolutely thrilled to have that. As the referee talks to both teams to let them know the rules of the coin toss. And it looks like Brevard College, I believe, has won the coin toss. As we'll hear now from the referee, Mark Barber. So as you can hear, Brevard has won the toss. They have deferred to the second half. So we are getting set for kickoff here. So let's run through the officials for this afternoon's game. Again, our referee, who you just heard from, that's Mark Barber. Our umpire is Greg German. Our head linesman is John Lewis. The line judge is Lewis Jackson. The field judge is Tony Messia. He's joined by the side judge, Wyatt Howard. The back judge for today's game is Terry Martin. Our play clock operator is Alva Rose, and our game clock operator is Claude Hines. So we are all set for this afternoon's matchup, again, here at Builder Stadium. And again, we are thrilled that you can be with us. Looking forward to a fantastic game as, again, Coach Vincent Brown brings in his Builders today. They are undefeated on the young season, folks. They're 1-0, so they're going to see if they can continue their winning ways. Again, having taken down Averett College last week by a score of 27-14, Coach Brown comes in with a 3-7 mark career-wise, only in his second season at the helm for the Builders. A lot of excitement around the program with Coach Vincent Brown. Brought in a lot of coaches that he's had a lot of familiarity with, a lot of coaches that actually have NFL experience. So we're going to see as the campaign goes on, will you start to see those things show up on the field? I thoroughly believe it, and we are looking forward to it. So we will have both teams coming out on the field momentarily as we get a lot of the smaller things in the game taken care of. Again, Coach Bill Kayak. Coach Bill Kayak is in his sixth season at the helm of Brevard College. He brings in an overall record of 26-20. So he's had some success with Brevard. And Brevard does bring a pretty good crowd as we see the Tornadoes about to make their way onto the sideline as we get closer and closer to kickoff here. Kickoff is set for 1 o'clock, so we're getting there now. As you hear now, here come the Builders. Always a lot of great fan support here for the Builders. Moms, dads, brothers, sisters, aunts, you name it, always show up and show out for the home school. And we thoroughly look forward to that energy making its way from the stands onto the field. Kickoff upcoming. Again, beautiful day here. Almost a picture-perfect day. I don't think it could have gotten any prettier here in Newport News, Virginia. Again, Brevard College out of North Carolina. As you take in some of the sights and the sounds of this afternoon's matchup. So next week, the Builders will have a sort of a weird kind of game next week. Now, they will be playing in Newport News, but believe it or not, it's actually going to be a road game. Why is that? Because they will actually just be traveling across town to take on Christopher Newport, who hails out of Hampton, or Newport News, actually. So the Builders will be on the road, but they will be at home, so to speak. So that should be a fun atmosphere if you want to come out and check out the Builders, this 2022 edition of the Builders. As the special team unit for Brevard College makes their way onto the playing surface. Set to kick off for Brevard is going to be Hugo Taylor. And back to receive for the Builders. Lawrence Reed and Willis Walton. The excitement mounted. And we are underway here at Builder Field. Walton takes, looks, finds a crease, able to get the return up to about the 25, 26-yard line, and that is where the Builders will begin their opening offensive campaign of this afternoon's game. 14:55 on the clock. We are just underway if you are just joining us. Builders come out with a single setback. Two wide receivers. Two tight ends. Pass Pass out into the flat, falls incomplete. Thankfully, that pass intended. Pass intended for the tight end, Caden Mullins. Caden Mullins is a 6', 225-pound freshman out of Tallapoosa, Georgia. Unable to haul it in, so that's going to make it 2nd down and 10, Builders. Football sitting on the 27-yard line. It's Tatum. Gives. Up the left side. Nice job, nice push up front by the offensive line. That's going to give the running back about a 4 to 5 yard pickup on the play.
Gain out to the Builders 33-yard line. 3rd down and 4.
So 3rd down and 4 upcoming. For the Builders, 13:58 remaining in the first is Tatum. Looks over the defense. Builders. Send the running back in motion. Tatum. Pressure. Flushed. There's going to be a penalty there. He was only able to, he may have picked up enough for the 1st down, but that doesn't matter because that will be a personal foul penalty. That's going to be called on Brevard. So that will give the Builders a 1st down, 15 yards from the spot of the foul. So after they walk off this 15 yards, it's going to put the Builders near midfield.
Personal foul. Face mask. Number 8 of the defense. 15-yard penalty. Automatic 1st down.
That penalty is going to be on Jaden O'Leary. He's a 6'2", 225-pound senior out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. So that mistake on defense is going to cost him. And as a matter of fact, it doesn't put him near midfield. It puts him right at midfield. Ball on the 50 for the Builders as the tight end goes in motion. Gives. A lot of penetration by the Brevard defense, and that rushing attempt goes absolutely nowhere as Lawrence Reed is wrapped up right around the line of scrimmage.
Andrew Bishop on the tackle for the Tornadoes.
With Andrew Bishop making that stop. So that's going to make it 2nd and 10, Builders, right at midfield. Builders come out, 4 wides. Single setback with Tatum. Man in motion. Tatum. Tries to find his tight end, but it may have been tipped in the air as Everett. I'm sorry, that's Eli Everhart, the 6'2", 225-pound senior linebacker for the Tornadoes, was able to get a finger on the football. Thankfully for the Builders, that wasn't a turnover. It fell in between both receivers or intended receivers on the play. So that's going to bring up 3rd and long here for the Builders. Again, football sitting right at midfield as Tatum looks. Delivers. Finds his man out in the flat, and that's going to go for a 1st down as Leland Gertie with his first reception of the football game. And that's going to be about a 17-yard pickup there for Tatum and Gertie. So that's going to give the Builders 1st and 10 at the Brevard 33-yard line. As the Builders come out in their 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, 1 running back. Give. Around the right side. Good job by the defensive end that time to maintain containment out there on the right side of the defensive line. That's Jerome Bass on the tackle. Lawrence Reed on the carry. Play picks up about 3 yards. Football sits now on the 30-yard line of the Tornadoes. 11:42 remaining in the first period. Builders come out in their 11 personnel. 1 tight end, 1 running back is Tatum. Looks downfield, into the end zone, touchdown, Builders! A 27-yard pitch and catch into the end zone from Tatum to to his wideout, Ricardo Corpus, the tight end, the 6'2", 225-pound sophomore tight end, able to get behind the defense and into the end zone for 6. Could have asked for a better opening drive in the football game. I need to transition. Football game for the Builders as Jeremiah Morgan's PTA is up and good. 11:22 left in the first here at Builder Field as the Builders surge to a 7-0 lead over the Tornadoes of Brevard College. And wow, if you're Coach Vincent Brown, you have to be excited about what you saw on offense. Now, this is a defense, folks, that gave up 45 points to Shorter on last week. Now, that's not to say that the defense for the Tornadoes is a pushover. Not by any means, but they did give up 45 points. You can't deny that. So, are there going to be some things that the offense can possibly exploit in this defense? Going by that first drive downfield, you could probably say yes, but keep in mind, on third down, the Builders got helped out by a face mask penalty that kept the drive alive. And folks, who cares? We'll take a first down any way we can get it, whether it be by play or whether it be by penalty. So with that, Jeremiah Morgan gets ready to kick. The football over to Brevard, who's going to get an opportunity to show what they can do on offense as we have two back to receive for Brevard. That's going to be DJ Taylor as the football goes out of bounds, and that is a huge miscue by Jeremiah Morgan because that is going to be a penalty, and that's going to start Brevard out with very good opening field position on this first possession of the football game for Brevard. So the ball comes all the way out to the 35-yard line.
Free kick out of bounds. Number 49 of the kicking team. Who will be placed 30 yards from free kick line.
Wow. Yeah, that's a big penalty. That is a big penalty. So Brevard College opens their first possession of the football game. Their quarterback, Eli Carr, under center. Pitch. Good pursuit that time by the Builders. As Freddie Akins on the carry. He's able to pick up about 3 on first down. Good pursuit there by the defensive front for the Builders. Minimal gain. But that still puts Brevard on schedule. And I'll explain what that means as we move forward, as one of the receivers motions out of the backfield. I believe that's Yoder. He's actually a running back. Here's Carr. Gives. Cole around the right side. Cole able to pick up enough yards to get him, if not a first down, very, very close to a first down. And he's knocked out of bounds on the other sideline, on his sideline. So depending on the spot, never mind, they've already awarded Brevard a first down. As you can see, the sticks have already moved. We're at 10:25 remaining in the first period here at Builder Field as the Builders take the opening drive down the field for an opening score. 27-yard pass into the end zone from Tatum to his tight end, Ricardo Corpus, as Carr gives. Back, able to find something on the right side. That's DJ Taylor. Taylor able to pick up about 8 yards on the play. That's going to push the football over into plus territory. And now the ball sits at the Builder 47-yard line. So far, very little resistance being put up right now by our defense. As Brevard comes out, single setback next to Carr. Give to the running back, huge hit. But Aiken able to keep his balance and is taken down for a loss of about 4 on the play. Met right at the point of attack by Xavier Hunter. Javian Walker from the linebacker position also able to get in on that tackle for the Builders. And that's going to bring up third down here. Third down and about 6 to go for Carr and the offense. It's Carr. Checks it down. Incomplete pass. And folks, if that pass had been caught, there was a huge, huge chance that he was going to be met for a loss on the play by Christian Walker, the linebacker, but instead the Builders hold. And that's going to bring up fourth down in a punting situation for the Tornadoes. So back to punt for the Tornadoes is Nicholas Acus. And back to receive for the Builders is Leland Gurdy. Gurdy waits for a fair catch, and he takes the fair catch inside of the 10-yard line. Might have been a bit of a miscommunication there by Gurdy, because anytime the football comes down inside the 10-yard line, most of the times on special teams, you're told to let that go and let that go into the end zone, but instead he calls a fair catch, fields the football inside the 10-yard line, and the Builders are going to start this second drive of this afternoon's football game at their own 6-yard line. 8:36 remaining in the football game. Builders lead 7-0 over the Tornadoes of Brevard College. This is Tatum. Mason Tatum tries to deliver the football out into the left flat. Nothing doing. Looking for Nick Pierce. So that first down throw falls incomplete. The Builders are now 2nd and 10. Again, deep in their own territory, currently leading by a score of 7-0. Play clock now at 15. Tatum, right around his own goal line, is sacked. First sack of this afternoon by either team, as Obadiah Grimes able to knife through the offensive front. He's a 6'3" freshman. He goes about 265 out of Lawrenceville, Georgia, able to bring down Tatum right around about the 2-yard line, 3-yard line. So it's going to make it now 3rd down and 13. Builders may just run something safe here, not try to risk it or risk a turnover. Tatum drops back into his own end zone, finds Gurdy. Gurdy able to get upfield. He's taken down on the play by Bass, but that's not going to be enough for the first down. But what it does is it gives the punter just a little bit more room to be able to kick it away. As Jeremiah Morgan back on for kicking duties. Set to kick the ball back to the Brevard College Tornadoes. I believe that's Pledger for the Tornadoes, back to receive around the Builder 42-yard line as more personnel make their way onto the field. Play clock now at 4, 3, 2, 1. Morgan able to get the punt away right as the play clock was about to expire. As that punt is whistled dead at the 40. 32-yard punt by Morgan. And back onto the field for their second drive of the game with even better field position than they started the game out with are the Tornadoes. Again, they're led by Eli Carr, the 6'1", 225-pound junior out of Asheville, North Carolina. Empty set for the Tornadoes as they come out with 5 wide receivers. Carr, no pressure. Tries to find one of his wideouts. That's going to be Jonathan Woods, who's actually already graduated. He's 6'2", 190 pounds. Football falls incomplete. 2nd down and 10. Brevard College at the Builder 40-yard line. 6 minutes, 51 seconds left in the first here. Again, the Builders with a 7-0 lead. As Brevard goes to the ground game. DJ Taylor with the carry. He's brought down by Javion Walker from that linebacker position. And get ready, you're going to hear Javion's name called quite a bit. Javion Walker, one of our better players on defense. Again, he plays the linebacker position, folks. He's a 6'2", 230-pound senior. So he's seen a lot of football here in this program. Very familiar with this defense, very familiar with this team. As the Builders force a third down opportunity upcoming here for Brevard. They need 4 to keep this drive alive. Carr under center. Looks. Can't find anyone. Throws into coverage. Pass intended. Pass was intended for Jonathan Woods, but the Builders able to do just enough on defense to force a fourth down situation. So what will Brevard do? Carr is not going off the field. So they may do one of 3 things. They may run a play, maybe. They may try to use a hard count to try to get the Builders into the neutral zone, or they may do a quick kick. So the Tornadoes come out with a single setback behind Carr. 4th down and 3. Ball at the 34-yard line as we get whistles. The play clock sits at 00, but we got a timeout prior to that by the defense. So timeout by the Builders. That'll be the first timeout of this afternoon's game. First timeout by either team as the defense wants to talk over what they're going to do on this 4th down. Now, that timeout being called by the Builders on defense was strategic. And what does that do? That gives the Builders an opportunity to take a look and see what the offensive set or potential offensive set is. For what the potential offensive set is going to be for the Tornadoes. And that way they can better set their defense. Okay. And I've been telling you for the beginning of the game that Eli Carr is the quarterback. I take that back. Eli Carr is not the starting quarterback for the Brevard College Tornadoes. It's actually Miles Hayes. Okay. I apologize to Miles Hayes and his family. So Hayes at quarterback. Pitch to Cole. Cole had a couple of blocks, but I think the Builders stopped him. I think the Builders were able to hold on defense, and that's going to be a turnover on downs as the Builder defense able to hold. So it looks like that timeout that they took was actually a good idea. So, again, it gave the Bills an opportunity to look at the offensive set that the Tornadoes were going to come out in, and the Builders were able to put the perfect defense on the field to stop them. So with a 7-0 lead, 5:51 left in the first, Tatum is back on offense. He looks, tries to find one of his wide outs across the field. I think that's Pierkowski. Pass was intended for Pierkowski, but it failed incomplete. So 2nd down and 10 upcoming for the Builders. Builders come out in a 3 wide receiver set, 1 tight end, 1 setback. That's Giddery in motion. Give, back, taken down violently by Easter. That's Bryce Easter with the stop on Lawrence Reed. Minimal gain on 2nd down, so that's going to bring up 3rd down and 8 for the Builders. The Builders currently are off schedule. And what do we mean when we say off schedule? Well, you want to try to pick up at least 3 downs on each play. 1st down, 3 yards. 2nd down, 3 yards. 3rd down, 3 yards. As Tatum looks. Gets his receiver over here on the near side. Catch made by Nick Pierce, but it won't be enough for the first down. That's going to leave the Builders short. So the Builders will bring on Jeremiah Morgan to punt it back over to Brevard. So again, for an offense to stay on schedule, you want to pick up at least 3 yards per play. First down, 3 yards. Second down, 3 yards. Third down, that should pretty much leave you around about 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4. And at that point, your playbook is pretty much wide open to the offense. So anytime you're not able to stay on schedule, then that kind of closes certain plays off in your playbook. So you want to try to keep your team on schedule 3 yards per play. But as it goes, Jeremiah Morgan able to punt it back over safely to Brevard College. They will start their third drive of the day at their own 34-yard line. So Miles Hayes in the offense, back on the field, 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end, 1 back. Give. Over to the right side as a mound of humanity converge right there around about the 40-yard line. So good pickup on first down for Brevard, about 6 yards. So 4:04 left here in the first. Builders still holding to a 7-0 lead here in Newport News, Virginia, as Hayes gives to Murray. Murray picks up the first down and some. He's finally knocked out of bounds on the far side by Zion Bargiolo, his first tackle of the day. So that's going to move the football into plus territory now for the Tornadoes as the football now sits on the Builder 40-yard line. First down. So far defensively, Builders in more of a bend but not break mentality as the stop right around the line of scrimmage. Once again, Javion Walker with the tackle. So Murray was your ball carrier, met right at the point of attack. Minimal gain on first down. He picks up about 1, so it's going to make it 2nd down and 9. I take that back. No, they moved it back, so actually no gain on the play. So 2nd and 10 now for Miles Hayes and the offense. Murray. The setback to his right. Hayes delivers out into the flat. Builders there. Loss on the play. Tackle made. Beautiful job that time by Jerome Bass. I believe, I take that back. Was that Jerome? Nope. I take that back. I think that was Brooks Ashford Jr. Nope. I'm looking at the wrong. I'm sorry, that's Christian Walker that makes the tackle. And as you can hear the PA announcer, tells the crowd so colorfully that it is now 3rd down. Builders in a similar situation were able to make a stop and force a 4th down, and they're not quite able to do that this time, I don't believe. Well, I take that back. Yes, they are. Short gain on 3rd down. As Jaden O'Leary able to make the catch, but that's going to put them about 8 yards shy of a first down. So Brevard will punt it away. Set to punt for Brevard is Nicholas Acus, and back to receive is Leland Gertie for the Builders. It's Gertie. Runs away this time as the punt hits right around about the 5-yard line, and this time it trickles into the end zone, and that's where the Builders will start this next drive of the football game. Again, holding to a slim 7-0 lead, 1 minute, 21 seconds remaining in the first quarter of action here on a picturesque day here in Newport News. Glad that you could join us, however you're joining us, whether it's here at the stadium or whether it's online, listening to the football game and watching it via YouTube, we are absolutely thrilled to have you here on this broadcast. As Mason Tatum leads the offense back onto the field, Builders spread them out with 4 wide. Single set back next to Tatum. Tatum delivers downfield. Leland Gurley not quite able to get behind the defense. But even though that pass falls incomplete, you still have to take those shots downfield if you are the Builders on offense, because what that does is it lets the defense know that we can throw the football, and it will allow those safeties to stay back a little bit deeper, which actually opens up the running game. Second and long. Tight end in motion. As the give off to the right side. Good pursuit that time by the Tornadoes as a late flag comes out at the end from the head linesman. Not really sure what the indication is. We're going to find out in a moment from the referee, Mark Barber. I think that may be against the Builders. I'm not sure yet. Let's see what the call is. Okay, we'll see eventually. So it looks like the flag is going to be picked up. 1:06 left here in the first quarter. Builders up 7-0. Football now on the 10-yard line. Take it back. It's on the 19-yard line of the Builders as the clock continues to move. Plenty of time left on the play clock, right around about 20 seconds. As the offense looks to get set, 3 wide to Mason Tatum's left, 1 to his right. As he looks, steps up, but he stepped right into the pass defense, and that's going to be a sack on the play. That's Jerome Bass who's going to make the play. So that'll bring up, I believe, 4th down now, 4th and long for the Builders. So neither team able to do much of anything with their possession here late in the first quarter, as we're now at 15 seconds. Play clock is at 26, so the Builders will probably just hold until the end of the quarter, and it looks like that's exactly what they'll do. So we will transition from the first to the second quarter of action here at Builder Field with the Builders leading by a score of 7-0 over the Tornadoes of Brevard College. And with that, folks, we will take a break, and we'll be back here, Builder Field, shortly. This is Builder Football.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
And we're back here at Builder Stadium, folks. We're about to get started with the second quarter of action here. Again, beautiful day here in Newport News, Virginia, as the Builders were able to take their opening drive of the game into the end zone. 27-yard touchdown pass from Mason Tatum to his big tight end, Ricardo Corpus. Of course, the point after was good, and that's where we stand score-wise, 7-0. Builders over the Tornadoes of Brevard College out of North Carolina, as Morgan gets the punt away. Punt taken. Muff. Tornadoes able to pick it back up with Pleasure, as Pleasure is going to get a slight face mask, but still able to pick up A nice gain after the muff. He's going to push the football out to midfield for the Builders. Correction for the Tornadoes, so there's going to be another 15 yards tacked on to the end of that play, as we actually had multiple flags on the play. So the goal is here, hopefully they're offsetting. As we have a huddle with the referees on the far side near the Brevard sideline, as the referee Mark Barber now talks to Coach Bill Kayak to let him know what the flags were, which is probably an indication that both flags are probably on the Builders, but we'll wait and see. I believe we're going to get the call now from Mark Barber, who's the referee today. Okay, so we had a face mask penalty on the Builders, and we had an illegal block in the back on the Brevard College Tornadoes. So what does it all mean? We're going to go back and do it all over again. So the penalties are offsetting. The play does not count. So the ball will be placed back at the 19-yard line of the Builders, and Jeremiah Morgan is going to get another shot at getting a punt away. As a matter of fact, the Builders are actually going to send someone else out to kick the football away. That's John Howell, the 5'11", 170-pound junior from Virginia. Here's Pledger. Pledger over midfield and is brought down on the far side, right around about the 42-yard line. So once again, excellent opening field position for the Tornadoes for this upcoming drive.
Tackle made by the Builders, Chase Gaines.
So the football is going to be placed down at the 43-yard line of the Builders as Brevard College starts yet another drive in Builder territory, in plus territory. 14:32 left in the half as Hayes delivers to his wideout. It's going to be brought down around about the 30-yard line. And that's going to be Cooper Hogan. So a big pickup on the play. So that pushes the football now to the 31-yard line of the Builders. As Hayes has a man in motion. That's Cole. The give up the middle. Builders able to close that hole. DJ Taylor with the carry. So it's going to push the football now down inside the Builder 30-yard line. Ball sitting at the 29-yard line. Second down and 8 upcoming now for the Tornadoes. Man in motion. Hayes looks, fires across the middle. Ball delivered perfectly to the wideout, hit him in his hands, and he just dropped it. I'm not complaining, but he just dropped it. That's Zachary Orr, who was able to get inside of the defensive back. Nice delivery that time by Hayes, but his receiver just unable to haul it in. So that's going to bring up third and long now, third down and 8. Ball sitting on the 29-yard line of the Builders. Big opportunity here for the defense to stop them, get them off the field, and force a potentially long field goal try. Receiver in motion. Hayes looks, goes up top. We're going to get a flag here on the near side as that pass was intended. for Dalton Cole. He was covered on the play by Isaiah Beecham, and the flag was dropped. So the flag is going to get picked up. They deemed the pass uncatchable on the near side, and that's going to bring up 4th down and 8 as Hayes looks to the sideline to try to see exactly what it is they want to do offensively, and they're kind of in that no man's land as it relates to punting or kicking a field goal. The ball sits at the 29-yard line of the Builders, so if you try a field goal, that's going to be about a 48-yard field goal. And if you punt it, it's just going to go into the end zone. So the Tornadoes decide to go for it here with Hayes, and if they don't convert, it's almost like punting, and they do not convert as the pass was intended. That was intended for, I believe that they may have been Jaden O'Leary. He was slightly shaken up on the play as we are going to get an injury timeout. So we'll step away while the staff tends to the receiver. We'll be back.
The thing that sets Whirlies apart is that our people here truly care. They're here because they love their jobs and they want to learn more.
What I like about Whirlies is the people, the team I work with every day.
My favorite thing about working at Whirlies is that it's more like a family. I mean, it is work, but it's not.
They actually treat me like a person and not a number. And this is the first company where I really feel like I belong.
Here at Whirlies, it's a great atmosphere. They really care about the customers, really care about the employees. We do whatever we got to do to make the job right.
Like the team, everybody's a team player. All about doing the right thing for the customer, taking pride in your work. It's just overall a great company to work for.
You know, we really do have an awesome set of guys. It's kind of cool. We got a great team. We have fun together, from my plumbers to my air conditioning guys to my crawl space guys. Everybody works together as a team. They're just phenomenal.
We have training programs. We like it when people come in, they don't really know what they want to do, and we're able to help them find a trade and do things such as like a paid-for apprenticeship programs for HVAC, plumbing, electrical.
1st and 10 Builders from their own 30-yard line. Their own 29-yard line is Tatum with the inside handoff. Nothing doing there for the Builders on that first down play. That's Curtis Green with the carry. So actually a loss of 2 yards on the play for the Builders. So 2nd down and 10, 12:36 left in the first half. Builders still holding to a 7-0 lead off of a 27-yard touchdown pass from Tatum to Corpus in the first quarter as the Builders test the defense downfield, and the ball falls incomplete again. That's Corpus again, Ricardo Corpus, the intended receiver on the play. So that quickly brings up a 3rd down and long situation now for the Builders. Builders currently having the ball less than a minute, but they're already into 3rd down and long here on this drive. Again, ball sitting now on their own 27-yard line. It's Tatum. Single set back to his left. 4 wide receivers. Tatum. Ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage, came out kind of weird. Pass was intended for Leland Gertie, but it's going to fall incomplete, and that's going to bring up another punting situation here for the Builders. So both offenses somewhat stagnant here after that opening touchdown drive for the Builders. Brevard College has definitely been on the better end of starting field position for their drives. They've been starting their drives pretty much inside Builder territory almost all day today as the punt is away. Here's Pledger brought down at his own 40-yard line. That may be the 2nd worst starting field position for the Tornadoes this afternoon. They'll be starting this drive at their own 40-yard line. They did have a drive earlier in the game where they started around their own 35. That was after a kickoff went out of bounds for the Builders. So Miles Hayes again brings the Brevard College Offense back to the line of scrimmage. 4 wide receiver set, single setback to Hayes' left as he goes on the pitch. Tackling not so good on that play for the Builders. That's Logan Jones. I'm sorry, that is Dustin Stevens. Dustin Stevens with the carry. Able to pick up enough to move the sticks. Football now in plus territory for the Tornadoes. 11:37 and counting. Remaining in the first half. Builders still 7-0. Lead right now over the Tornadoes as the jet sweep. Wasn't able to see who the player was on the jet sweep. I believe that was Luis Alvarez. Brevard plays a lot of players, folks. So a pick of about 2 yards on the play. That pushes the ball now to the 47-yard line. So 2nd down, 8. Ball on the Builder, 46. As receiver motions out into the left flat. Tight end in motion. Hayes looks. Ball tipped at the line of scrimmage. Interception. Javian Walker with the interception. And he continues to rumble and bumble down the right sideline. Huge turnover. Nice job by the defense to, first of all, get their hands up in the passing lane, tip the football. Walker able to come down with the interception, and a huge gain after the interception pushes the football all the way down deep into Tornado territory. So the Builders with a golden opportunity to put some distance between themselves and Brevard. After that turnover, football sits now at the 17-yard line of Brevard. So if you're Coach Brown, you would love to see offensively a shot into the end zone here. Tatum out into the right flat, finds his receiver, and he's able to get the ball down inside the 5-yard line, I believe. And that's Caden Mullins, the tight end, with the catch. So that's going to make it 1st and goal Builders. Ball on the 3-yard line of Brevard. 10 minutes, 20 seconds remaining. As the Builders able to generate the first turnover of this afternoon's football game. Walker with the interception. Single setback. Give up the middle. Able to get into the end zone, I believe. I don't see the indication yet. Head linesman runs in. Still no indication. And he's going to mark him just short of the goal line. From this vantage point, it looked like he got in, but he did not. So the football sits somewhere around about the half-yard line for the Builders. That's going to bring up 2nd and goal now. And, Coach, I'd like to see something safe. Just run Tatum up under center and just let him quarterback sneak into the end zone, but instead we stay in the spread, give to the running back, but Tatum goes into the end zone. Touchdown, Builders. So Mason Tatum has accounted for both Builder touchdowns this afternoon. One was a 27-yard touchdown pass. The other one is a 1/2-yard touchdown run into the end zone. So the Builders have opened up their lead now 13-0, 9:22 left in the half, as Jeremiah Morgan on for the point after. And the point after is up, and it is good. 9:22 left in the half. Builders with a 14-0 lead now over Coach Bill Kayak and the Brevard College Tornadoes here at Builder Field in Newport News, Virginia. So as a Builder fan, things are going exactly as you would want them to go on your first home game of the 2022 season. So that actually makes playing defense all the more easy when the Builders kick this one away. Now, mind you, the last time Jeremiah Morgan kicked off, he did put it out of bounds. And that gave Brevard great field position. Again, 9:22 left in the half. Morgan able to keep it in between the lines this time. And on the return for Brevard is Cooper Hogan. So Cooper Hogan able to get the kickoff out to the 21-yard line of Brevard, and that's where they'll start this drive of the second quarter. Miles Hayes picked off on that last possession by Javon Walker. Builders able to convert on the turnover. And that's exactly what you want to see out of your football team. When your defense goes out and creates an additional possession in the football game, you want to see your offense do something with it. As we have a run by Murray. He's tackled on the play by a player who actually lost their helmet. I believe that was Christian Walker. Christian Walker able to make the tackle without his helmet. And you always get a little scared whenever you see a helmet laying on the field. It actually is additionally more scary when you look inside the helmet and there's still a head in it. Hayes under center. Give to his running back. Tries to find something over the left side. Able to do so. And it looks like every time he looks like he's wrapped up over there on that left side is Dustin Stevens. He's able to bust out for a decent gain on first down. As a matter of fact, it was better than a decent gain. It was enough for first down. So the new line of scrimmage now for Brevard is the 36-yard line. 8:34 remaining in the first half of action, as the Builders now with a 14-0 lead over the Tornadoes. As Hayes looks, no pressure, but he's flushed. We have a flag on the play. As Hayes is brought down just past the line of scrimmage on the far side. Where that flag is dropped, a lot of times that is on the offense. But we'll get a call now from Mark Barber to make it official. So it's going to be an illegal block below the waist. And that call is going to be on the offense, so they're going to mark it back 15 yards from the spot, I believe, of the foul. So that pushes the ball back now to right around about the 21-yard line of Brevard. And that's going to bring up first down and forever. As Hayes motions his running back out into the right flat. Now four receivers. As Hayes looks to the right side, fires, ball picked off. That pass is picked off for the second time today. That's Xavier Hunter with the pick, and the Builders are back in business. So nice job by the defense to read the eyes of the quarterback. If you notice, when Miles Hayes comes from under center with the snap, his head went to the left side of the field. He did not go through his progressions. The defense just slid coverage over to that side, able to get into the passing lane, and that is now the second turnover today produced by the Builder offense, as the Builders are now back. The Builder defense, and the offense is now back on the field. First carry, minimal gain on first down.
Down to the Tornado 23-yard line. It brings up
Actually, a nice gain on first down. That was about a 4-yard pickup, so the Builders now on schedule. Second down and 6. 7:20 remaining in the first half as Tatum looks over the middle, finds his receiver. But the ball was dropped. Now, was that a drop or was that a fumble? I don't see any officials waving it off yet, and I don't see anyone coming in to spot it, and there it is finally. So it's waved off. No catch on the play. Yeah, we all had to wait on that one because neither official came in and spotted the football, nor did they come in and wave it off as an incomplete pass. But finally, it was waved off as an incomplete pass, so the ball stays with the Builders. Now that's going to bring up 3rd down and 6. Pass intended for Pierkowski. Freshman wide receiver unable to hold on to the football coming out of that slant. Would have been a huge pickup for a first down for the Builders, but instead, 3rd down and 6 as Tatum drops. Fires. Tries to hit his tight end, but he fell down, nearly made the catch from his back, but instead unable to hold on, and that's going to bring up 4th down for the Builders. So that's going to bring on Jeremiah Morgan with the football sitting on the 23-yard line. So this is about a 40-yard attempt for Morgan. Play clock at 13. Game clock at 6:55. And the kick. Blocked. That's a live football. So the 40-yard attempt is blocked as James Woods is able to knife in through the special teams front, get a hand on the football, and that's going to keep our score at 14-0 Builders, 6:51 remaining as Brevard will now take over on offense at their own 37-yard line. So the Builders not quite sound enough in special teams. And that potentially cost them 3 points here in the second quarter. But as it goes, Brevard will take over again with Miles Hayes at quarterback. 4 wide receiver set, 1 back, wide receiver screen. Nice job out there on an island as Alvarez is taken down by Will Sauter. Will Sauter, nice job of taking on the block, shedding the block, and getting to the wide receiver and getting him down. Short gain on the play of about 3 yards. It could have gone a heck of a lot more, but good job by the defensive back. So second down and 7 upcoming. Here's Hayes. Builders nearly knocked it down, but instead it goes as a completion over on the near side to the tight end, O'Leary, who was shaken up earlier in the game. Good to see him back on the football field. He was pulled down out of bounds by Paul Massey Jr., but short of a first down. So that's going to bring up 3rd down and 1. So you can believe that the Builders on defense should be prepared to defend for 2 more downs. If they do not pick this up on 3rd down, I believe they'll go for it on 4th as Hayes keeps. And he's able to surge ahead to the 50-yard line, so that will be just enough to move the sticks and to keep this drive alive at 5 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the first half for the Tornadoes. Football is now resting on the Apprentice School logo right at the 50-yard line. 5:15 and counting as we get a stoppage in play. We're going to get a timeout. Timeout being taken by the Builders, and we'll keep it right here as the Builders will talk this over. Again, 1st and 10, ball sitting at the 50-yard line. I'd be curious to know what defensively they like to talk about. I'm not sure if there might have been a personnel issue on the field for the Builders, but as it goes, we're going to take a timeout. Builders playing extremely well on defense right now, pitching a shutout on the scoreboard, and they've already created 2 turnovers, 2 picks in the football game. One by, I believe one was by Xavier Hunter, and the other one was by Walker, by Javian Walker. Builders able to capitalize on one of those turnovers by putting it in not a 1.5 yard run, about a half-yard run into the end zone by Massey. I'm sorry, by Mason Tatum. And the ball will be whistled back in play. Hayes, Gibbs, up the middle. Nothing there. Builders able to drive the running back, and right there meeting him in the hole at the point of contact was Justin Dupriest. So a nice job of filling the hole that time by Justin Dupriest to stop him. No gain on the play, 2nd and 10. Brevard, 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end, 1 back as the give goes to Murray. Murray off the left side. Builders finally able to run him out of bounds, but there's going to be a penalty flag right around about the 42-yard line for the could possibly be holding. The hope is that it's holding on the Tornadoes, but we're about to find out here in a second. So it's a 10-yard penalty at the spot of the foul. So where the foul happened, it puts it right back at the original line of scrimmage. So as someone mentioned in the press box, it's almost like just simply replaying the down. So it's 2nd and 10, ball on the 50. Once again, Brevard in the 4 wide receiver set. 1 tailback, Murray. As Hayes with the sliding pocket, unable to connect with his intended wide receiver, Alvarez, over on the near side. So that'll bring up 3rd and long now. Clock stopped at 4:03 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Builders with a 14-0 lead here at home on their opening home game of their 2022 football schedule. As we get a stoppage in play, we're going to get a timeout. Timeout being taken by Brevard, and with that timeout, we'll step away and we'll be right back.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
Four minutes remaining here in the first half of action from Builder Field in Newport News, Virginia. 14-0 is our score. As the Builders continue to hold to this lead. Keeping the fans in it is Hayes, the quarterback for the Tornadoes, drops. Flushed, steps up, goes long, no one there. Nice coverage downfield by the defensive secondary. It actually had a better chance of being completed to a Builder than it did a Tornado. And with that, that's going to bring up 4th down and 10 as Brevard is set to kick, or set to punt, rather. As Nicholas Acus is out to punt, and Leland Gertie is back to receive. Gertie set up around about the 18-yard line of the Builders. No pressure. Punt is away as it takes a friendly bounce for the Tornadoes, and it's touchdown at the 25-yard line. So 3 minutes, 46 seconds remaining here in the first half. The offense about to go back onto the field for the Builders. And boy, would it be awesome to take this next 3 minutes and 46 seconds, take the football down the field, put points on the board going into the half, and that's going to make it that much more difficult for the Brevard Tornadoes to get back into this thing. So let's see what Coach Brown, his staff, and Tatum have in store for us for the next 3 minutes and 46 seconds. Tatum with a single setback. Looks, pressure. Still able to get the football away to his wide receiver, Gertie, who is going to be taken down at the 30-yard line. So that's a pickup of 5. The clock continues to roll. 3 minutes, 33 seconds remaining. Second and 5 upcoming for the Builders. As Tatum looks over the defense. Sends a man in motion. Tatum steps up, runs. He slid down. Depending on where he started his slide, that is where the line of scrimmage is going to be. And he's going to be about a yard shy of the first down. So that's going to bring up third down and short for the Builders. So the Builders are on schedule. This is about where you want to be, third down and short. Clock continues to tick. 2 minutes, 42 seconds remaining in the first half. Defense crowds the line of scrimmage as a man goes in motion. Tatum looks to throw. Has a receiver. Pass complete over here to the near side, and that'll be a first down. Builders at their own 41-yard line. Nice job with the hands here on the near side. Now, I don't have a 19 on my depth chart. I'm not sure who number 19 is, but we'll check that and see, can't we find out who that is for the Builders. But as it goes, as that goes, that is a first down, and that's Petty with the reception. Petty not wearing his normal number 6. He's number 19 today is the give. Here to the near side. Good run. Nice run that time by Willis Walton. Walton has now flipped field position. So the Builders are now in plus territory. So it's going to put the ball at the Tornado 48-yard line, first and 10. A minute 50, clock starts. Builders are in the huddle. Builders with with 2 timeouts remaining. Clock down to 1:40. Builders aren't in much of a hurry here in this offensive set. Tatum looks, delivers to the middle of the field to his tight end. And that's going to be to Ricardo Corpus. And that's a big gain. And that moves it deeper into Tornado territory, but the clock does not stop. So the Builders still have plenty of time, a minute and 20 seconds remaining, and have 2 timeouts. As Tatum changes the play. Tatum, no pressure, delivers to his running back. Running back did the smart thing of not trying to pick up additional yards, but he does step out of bounds, saves a timeout, a minute 2 remaining. So not only did he step out of bounds, save a timeout, save time, he also picked up a first down. So the new line of scrimmage for the Builders, the 23-yard line of Brevard. So if anything, the Builders are getting themselves in field position as we get ready to close out the first half. Clock now sitting right at 1 minute. I thought it was a minute 2, but maybe I looked at it wrong. Tatum. But prior to the snap, we have a stoppage in play. Normally, that is a procedure penalty. Someone might have moved early for the Builders. If that is the case, that's going to be a 5-yard mark off on the play. Correction, that's a delay of game. So that'll be a 5-yard mark off. Builders now back at their own 28-yard line. Still a minute left to play here in the first half as Mason gives up the middle, draw. Defense ready for it. Not a whole lot of not a big gain on the play. Clock does not stop. Now down to 45-second spot. Ball has not been spotted yet. Kind of surprised the Builders. Well, the Builders still have 2 timeouts. I'm kind of surprised they're not taking one here to get themselves together, but instead they're going to run the play. Builders using a lot of time here on this down. Tatum fires. And we have pass is complete to Corpus, but there's a flag on the play, and that's going to be holding on the offense. Builders were in a huge hurry to try to get the play off. I was really surprised they did not take a timeout right there. Again, they have 2 remaining. That would have been a great opportunity to just kind of settle everybody and everything down prior to the snap of the football. But again, I'm a broadcaster, not a coach. That's Lorenzo Fuller, the 6'1", 295-pound freshman for the Builders. So the clock starts. 20 seconds remaining. Builders still not set and ready to go. Clock now at 15. Builders still haven't snapped the football yet. This may end up being the very last play of the half. Tatum fires downfield for his wide receiver. And that's going to be a flag. You can kind of see that one coming. The intended receiver for the Builders was Pierkowski. He was defended on the play by Dylan James. And you can see pass interference being committed here on the near side, near the goal line. Unfortunately, this isn't like the pro game where the pass interference puts it right at the spot of the foul. Instead, the Builders will get a 15-yard penalty. So that leaves 3 seconds remaining in the first half. So the Builders have no choice but to try a long field goal attempt. If they try it from here, that'll be a 37-yarder for Jeremiah Morgan. Builders are still here on the near side. Coach Brown may be taking a timeout, and there it is. So the Builders are going to talk it over to see exactly what they want to do. They have enough time, of course, to take a shot into the end zone going into the half, but the likelihood of that actually happening is probably going to be a low percentage play. So the high percentage decision here is to send Jeremiah Morgan out to attempt a 37-yard field goal. If that does, that'll give the Builders a 3-possession lead going into the half. And if you're Coach Vincent Brown, you definitely want that, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Jeremiah Morgan is out. Now, the last time Jeremiah Morgan tried a field goal, it was blocked. So the Builders must be disciplined up front with their blocking assignments. 37-yard field goal attempt. And again, it's blocked. Brevard able to pick up the ball. And that is how the half is going to end. Now, there's a late flag that came in. Now the half cannot end on a flag. So I don't know if this is going to be unnecessary roughness, which is a possibility, which would push it further downfield. Well, let's wait and see. So Mark Barber talks over the penalty with the head coach for the Tornadoes, Bill Kayak. And I think that he's going to decline the penalty.
Personal foul, late hit, out of bounds on the kicking team. That penalty will be enforced on the second half kickoff. That's the end of the first.
Okay, so you heard from Mark Barber. It was a personal foul penalty against the Builders, and that penalty will be marked off at the opening kickoff. Remember, Brevard won the toss, the coin toss at the beginning of the game, and they deferred to the second half. So the Builders will take a halftime lead of 14-0 into the locker room. And if you're Coach Brown, you cannot be more thrilled about what's going on the scoreboard. So we're going to put a pin in it here, and we're going to go into halftime. So stick around. We'll be back for more second half action coming up shortly here from Builder Field, where at the half, the Apprentice School Builders 14, the Brevard College Tornadoes nothing. We'll be back.
The thing that sets Whirlies apart is that our people here truly care. They're here because they love their jobs and they want to learn more.
What I like about Whirlies is the people, the team I work with every day.
My favorite thing about working at Whirlies is that it's more like a family. I mean, it is work, but it's not.
They actually treat me like a person and not a number. And this is the first company where I really feel like I belong.
Here at Whirlies, it's a great atmosphere. They really care about the customers, really care about the employees. We do whatever we got to do to make the job right.
Like the team, everybody's a team player. All about doing the right thing for the customer, taking pride in your work. It's just overall a great company to work for.
You know, we really do have an awesome set of guys. It's kind of cool. We got a great team. We have fun together, from my plumbers to my air conditioning guys to my crawl space guys. Everybody works together as a team. They're just phenomenal.
We have training programs. We like it when people come in, they don't really know what they want to do, and we're able to help them find a trade and do things such as like a paid-for apprenticeship programs for HVAC, plumbing, electrical. We've sent people as far as Texas to also doing them here locally. We just truly like to see our people grow and succeed and get to the next step of their career. We want people here who truly aspire to be the best in their fields.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We are getting set to start the second half here momentarily. But look, before we get started, just want to throw some stats at you so you can get an opportunity to see exactly what's been going on in the first half of action. If you are just joining us, first of all, welcome to Builder Field, where here in Newport News, the Apprentice School Builders lead the Tornadoes of Brevard College by a score of 14-0. And what are the stats telling us? Well, what the stats are telling us, first of all, is neither team has really been getting much going offensively. If you were here with us in the first half, you would know that the Builders were able to mount a scoring drive on the very first possession of the football game that eventually ended in a 27-yard pitch and catch from Mason Tatum to Ricardo Corpus into the end zone, and the Builders took a 7-0 lead. After that, it was the defense of the Builders that stepped up. Javon Walker was able to pull down an interception and return it deep into Brevard territory, where a few plays later, Mason Tatum was able to put into the end zone from a half yard out, and that's where we currently sit. Special teams wise, the Builders haven't been doing a great job, as we've already had 2 field goal attempts by Jeremiah Morgan blocked. So they need to shore that up. Hopefully that doesn't become an issue later on in the football game. So for Brevard right now, they have a goose egg on the scoreboard, and we are going to do everything we can as a fan base and as a team to keep that going. Brevard College in the first half, 15 carries, a total of 80 yards, while the Builders themselves have 15 carries for a total of 31 yards. Builders right now, 111 yards through the air, while Brevard only 25 yards through the air. So neither team really doing a whole lot as far as total offense. Right now, it's been the defenses that have been playing football here in this football game. Right now, the Builders, goose egg on the board as it relates to turnovers. They have not turned the ball over once, while Brevard has thrown 2 picks off the hands of Miles Hayes, the starting quarterback for Brevard. So the Builders right now, everything going their way. More than anything, the scoreboard is the telltale sign of how things have been going for the Builders. So we are getting set to start our second half here, as the Builders and the Tornadoes are now back onto the field. If you remember, Brevard won the coin toss. They deferred to the second half, so they will receive the ball first. Also, going into the half, off of a blocked field goal attempt and return by Brevard, there was an unnecessary roughness call that was called on the Builders. So Coach Bill Kyatt elected that penalty be assessed on the second half kickoff. So what that means is the football will be moved deep into Builder territory, where Jeremiah Mason is going to start this second half kickoff. And what that is going to do, that will give Brevard very, very good starting field position to start the second half of the ball game. So again, beautiful day here in Newport News, Virginia. Looks like some clouds have kind of come in and taken a lot of the sunshine away, but that has not dampened the humidity here in this stadium. But still, beautiful, beautiful day for a home opener on the 2022 schedule for the Apprentice School Builders. Two players back for Brevard to receive. That's DJ Taylor and Cooper Hogan, as Jeremiah Morgan gets ready to get us started with second half action here at Builder Field. Kick is away, taken by Cooper. Cooper already up to the 40 already made it all the way up to the 45-yard line before any contact was made by special teams, and he was finally spilled, I think, close to the 50-yard line as the sticks move. The officials spot the ball at the 52. I'm sorry, I'm not the 52. Good God, where am I calling? They're at the 48 of the Builders. So again, excellent field position to start the second half as the Builders as the Tornadoes make a change at quarterback. It was Miles Hayes in the first half, as the inside give is to Stevens. looks. Flag on the play as the Builders finally make the tackle around the 44-yard line of the Builders, but let's check the flag, and also let's check the new quarterback that's into the ball game. Mark Barber getting all the particulars on the flag from his staff. And Eli Carr is your new quarterback as we get a so you hear from Mark Barber that there is a face mask penalty on the defense, so that will add 15 yards to the end of the run. So that sets Brevard up offensively inside the 30-yard line of the Builders. Huge penalty as Carr gives to Murray. Murray looks over the right side. Not a whole lot there. Taken down out of bounds.
Paul Massey Jr. on the stop.
After a gain of about 2, Paul Massey Jr. in on the stop.
Gain of 2 down to the 27-yard line, brings up 2nd and 8.
So Brevard goes back to their starting quarterback, who was their starting quarterback last year. We're not really sure why the change of quarterback might have been made. It could be due to just simply ineffectiveness, as Hayes only threw for 25 yards in the first half, 2 interceptions as Murray with the inside give. He's able to pick up about 6 on the play, so that's going to bring up 3rd and short now for the Tornadoes. 13:43 remaining in the third.
Game down to the Builder 22-yard line.
Murray was your leading ball carrier for Brevard in the first half. He was able to pick up 31 yards on the ground for Brevard. Again, Miles Hayes was 6 of 15 for 25 yards, 2 interceptions as Carr delivers to the left flat to his receiver, makes the grab, and he's finally wrestled out of bounds here on the near side. That is Zachary Orr. Zachary Orr with the catch.
Pick up a 4 to the Builder 18-yard line is good for Brevard.
So the new line of scrimmage now for Brevard is the 18-yard line of the Builders, 12:57 remaining. Probably the deepest penetration into Builder territory that the Tornadoes have enjoyed today, as the give over to the left side is shut down, but we have a flag. That was Chandler Lee Parker with the carry. So you can see the penalty was on the offense. So Coach Brown elects to take the penalty over the play. So that makes it 1st and 20 for Brevard. Football now at the 28-yard line of the Builders. 12:40 remaining. Builders up 14-0. Brevard does play a lot of players. Why? They have a lot of players. It's Carr, looks to the right. Pressure. Nice pass breakup that time. Pass intended for Cooper Hogan, but a beautiful pass breakup by Isaiah Beecham. Cooper jumped up looking for the flag, nothing there. So that'll bring up 1st down. I'm sorry, 2nd down. We haven't changed on the scoreboard yet. So 2nd down and 20 upcoming. Three wide receiver set now for Carr. Single setback. It's Cole. Cole motions out of the backfield, but the pass goes upfield to Zachary Orr. Orr able to pick up about 6, I believe, on the play, if not 7. Clock continues to roll. That's going to bring up 3rd down and long. So 3rd down and 15 upcoming for Carr. Carr, again, 3 wide receivers. Single setback is one of his receivers. Pass to the corner is caught, and it's a touchdown.
Carr's pass complete to Jonathan Woods. Touchdown Brevard.
So Eli Carr and Jonathan Woods connect for a 23-yard touchdown right near the pylon, right at the goal line. And with this point after attempt, if it is good, that will cut the Builder lead in half. But right now, 14-6 is our score as the point after attempt. Upcoming from Demalos. And the point after is up and good. 11:34 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Builders surrender their first 7 of this afternoon. 14-7 is our new score, as Brevard takes advantage of the penalty yardage that was given to them off of the personal foul, unnecessary roughness call right as we went into the halftime locker room that was assessed on the kickoff. It gave Brevard a short field to work with after a nice return by Cooper, which set them up 1st and 10 at the Builder 48-yard line. So a 48-yard drive put together there by Eli Carr, capped off by a 23-yard touchdown pass to his wide receiver near the goal line. So Reed and Walton back for the Builders to receive this kickoff. As Walton takes around the 5-yard line. Coverage good by the special teams unit for the Tornadoes. So the Builders will start their next drive, or their opening drive of the second half.
Builders take over 1st and 10.
I believe at about the 24-yard line, 25-yard line.
Ball will be placed on the 24-yard line.
As Tatum calls a timeout, play clock was at 4. He looks to the referee. Referee says reset the play clock, and here we go. Builders their first possession of the second half, as they've seen their lead now cut in half, 14-7. As the Tatum pass is complete across the middle to Logan Mize. That's his first catch of the afternoon.
Tyler Harrison on the stop for the Tornadoes.
Builders no gain on the play. As a matter of fact, that pretty much got him right back to the line of scrimmage. May have picked up 1 at the most. Builders back at the line. Two wide receiver set, double tight end. Single set back next to Massey. Lawrence. Reed with the give. He's able to go through the defense. Able to pick up somewhere around about 5 yards on the play. So that should bring up 3rd down, I think, in about 4. 4 or a long 4 up to this point. 10 seconds left on the play clock. It's Tatum with Reed to his left. Fakes to Reed. Pass out to the flat. Is complete. Few extracurriculars over on the far sideline, as well as some extracurriculars here on the near side. But at the end of it all, that is going to be a 1st down for the Builders, as Nick Pierce is able to take it upfield for a 1st down. Clock continues to roll. 9:58 remaining in the 3rd period. Builders with a 14-7 lead over the Tornadoes of Brevard College. Mason Tatum with the give. Give goes to Reed. Reed able to pick up maybe a yard.
Pick up a yard on the play.
On the play.
Reese Reedy on the stop.
And that'll bring up second down to 9 here. Builders with a very methodical opening drive of the second half. Taking their time, trying to shorten the football game as best they can. Jet sweep. Here's Gidry. Here's Gertie. Gertie able to get upfield. He may have picked up enough for a first down, and he does. So that'll put the football right at the midfield stripe. Clock continues to roll, 8:45 left in the third. Builders doing it on the ground mostly. As the Builders are back in their 12 personnel. Pass out into the flat to Caden Mullins. Minimal gain on the play of about 2. So Builders slightly off schedule on that first down play. Again, the goal is at least 3 yards per play. Play clock at 16. Once again, Builders in their 12 personnel. Tatum with the give. Nothing doing over here on the near side in the running game. As Chris Green unable to find much of anything, he actually lost a yard on the play. So it brings up third and long for the Builders. 7:25 remaining in the third. It's Tatum. This time 4 wide receiver set. No tight end. It's Tatum looks across the middle. Tough throw. Was it picked off? They're going to say incomplete. For a second there, it looked like the linebacker, Eli Everhart, had picked it off, but the official waved it off incomplete. So the football will come back to the Tornado 49-yard line, and the Builders will punt it away. So the Builders able to eat up some clock on that drive, and possibly can change field position, flip field position here off of a good punt, as we get a directional punt and a friendly roll. And the ball will be stopped dead at the 25-yard line. There is a flag on the play, though. So could this be roughness? And it is. It's actually a personal foul penalty against Brevard. If that was, okay, so that was post-possession. So instead of that giving the Builders a first down, it's a post-possession penalty. So Brevard will have 15 yards or half the distance to the goal marked off, and that's where they'll start their next drive. So the Tornadoes start their next drive at their own 7-yard line, 6:51 left in the third. As Brevard looks to try to even things up here on this next drive is the give. Goes off the right side as a host of Builders are in on the tackle. Paul Massey is the last Builder to get up out of the pile, so he'll be credited with the tackle. So Paul Massey Jr. on the tackle. Pickup of about 6. So gonna make it 2nd down and 4. Clock at 6:19 here in the third is Carr with the give to Murray. Murray met in the backfield. He's gonna be dropped for a loss. So nice job of knifing through the offensive front and getting into the backfield to make that tackle was Chandler Perry. Big defensive tackle for the Builders. So it's gonna make it now 3rd down and about 6, I believe. Upcoming for the Tornadoes. Big opportunity here for the defense to stop them, get them off the field, force a punt, and get good field position to start the next drive. Carr with a man in motion, O'Leary. Carr looks to throw, finds his receiver. And that's going to be enough for 1st down. Jonathan Woods with the reception.
Gain of 9 out to the 21-yard line is good for a Tornadoes 1st down. Tackle made by Jason Jackson.
So 14-7 is our score. 5:15 remaining in the football game. Builders leading. As a matter of fact, the Builders took the lead in the football game and are yet to surrender it as the give for Brevard goes off the right side. That is that is, again, they play a lot of, that is Chandler Lee Parker with the carry. Minimal gain on the play. Looks like he may have picked up about 2.
Gain of 2 on the play brings up 2nd and 8.
So 2nd and long upcoming for Brevard. And again, if you're just joining us, Eli Carr did not start the game. It was actually Miles Hayes that started the game at quarterback for Brevard, but they've made a quarterback change since coming out at the half as Eli Carr with the give off the right side is Murray. If Murray did not pick up the 1st down, he got very, very close. That did not stop the clock. So now it's going to be 3rd down and about 4, if not just a long 3 upcoming. Once again, Builders with a golden opportunity to get Brevard off the field on 3rd down, force a punt, and try to get good field position for their next drive. Blitz comes, pass overthrown, incomplete, no flags. No flags on the field, so that's going to force a punt as Bill Kyatt sends his punting unit onto the field. Nice job by the defense to force the errant throw from Eli Carr. So let us send Leland Gertie back for the punt and Akous to punt it away. Builders set up for the return. Ball takes a nice bounce for the Tornadoes, and it goes out of bounds. So it goes out of bounds at the Builder 27-yard line, and that's where Mason Tatum and the Builder offense will start their next drive here in the 3rd quarter. Methodical drive started on the last possession for the Builders, but stalled out around midfield before the Builders actually punted it away. So let's see what Mason Tatum has for us on offense. 4 wide receiver set, single tight end, single setback. Jet sweep. There's Gertie. Too much penetration, too much pursuit by Brevard here on the near side. I think there may have been a loss on the play, depending on the spot, and it is. There's a loss of 3 on that jet sweep. So that was just a good job of pursuit by the defense. So it's going to bring up 2nd and long now, second and about 13 upcoming for Mason Tatum and the offense. Here's Tatum. Finds his tight end in the middle of the field. And he's met there by darn near the entire defensive team on the tackle. And a late flag comes in. So I see Mason Tatum pointing at the defense. If it is, it could be a personal foul penalty, which is going to tack an additional 15 yards onto the end of the play, as I see the football being walked upfield.
Number 6 of the defense. 15-yard penalty, lead the wall, automatic first down. That's number 6, first unsportsmanlike foul. Penalty takes the ball out.
So an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty.
That's good for another Builder.
So that sets the Builders up close to midfield. Ball rests on the Builder 48-yard line. 2 wide receivers, 2 tight ends, 1 setback. Next to Tatum. Tatum with the give. Almost looked like a mix-up there at the mesh point between the quarterback and the running back. Quintez Jordan.
Tackle made by Jake Haig for the Tornadoes. No gain on the play, brings up 2nd and 10.
Thankfully, as the football was being placed in Jordan's midsection, he squeezed the football to avoid the fumble. So right now, no gain on the play, 2nd down and 10. 2:26 left in the third. Builders up 14-7 over Brevard College. Tatum with the catch here on the near side is Nick Pierce. He's met quickly by the defense. Dropped after about a 5-yard gain on the play. 2:06 remaining.
Pickup and 4 brings up 3rd and 6.
Builders come with a 4 wide receiver set, 3 to Tatum's left, 1 to his right. Tatum looks, finds his receiver, almost broke the tackle. It's Pierkowski. He's tackled down on the play by Dylan James, but not before Pierkowski was able to pick up enough for a 1st down, and that keeps the drive alive for the Builders. Ball at the Tornado 39-yard line. Builders with another methodical drive here in the 3rd quarter, as the clock now down to 1:10 remaining in the 3rd. As the pass goes out to Lawrence Reed on the near side. I think Reed may have picked up about 3, tries to stiff arm his way out of a tackle, unable to do so. Clock now under 1 minute remaining in the 3rd, and the Builders, I love this drive right now. This is a very long, methodical drive on a somewhat humid day. Boy, does that take a lot of energy out of a defense. Builders with a lot of movement pre-snap. Tatum drops, he's pressured, able to get out of the sack. Finds his receiver downfield, but he throws it behind him. He was looking for Petty, but unable to connect. That could have been a big play for the Builders, but nice job by Mason Tatum to avoid the sack. That may have been a stunt that was run by the defense, which brought one of the linemen around the left side. Tatum able to see it, avoid it, and still deliver the ball downfield. Unfortunately, fell incomplete. So the Builders back, 3rd down and 7, 4 wide receiver set, single setback is Lawrence. Pass complete here on the near side. Folks, that is enough for a 1st down to Gertie. So that keeps the ball on the field of play. The clock will continue to wind as we're now down to 10 seconds remaining in the third period. And that's where the quarter will end with the Builders at the Tornado 32-yard line. Builders leading by a score of 14-7. And we'll take a break, and when we come back, the Builders will continue this drive after we return from these messages. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
The thing that sets Worley's apart is that our people here truly care. They're here because they love their jobs and they want to learn more.
What I like about Worley's is the people, the team I work with every day.
My favorite thing about working at Worley's is that it's more like a family. I mean, it is work, but it's not.
They actually treat me like a person and not a number. And this is the first company where I really feel like I belong.
Here at Worley's, it's a great atmosphere. They really care about the customers, really care about the employees. We do whatever we got to do to make the job right.
Like the team, everybody's a team player. All about doing the right thing for the customer, taking pride in your work. It's just overall a great company to work for.
You know, we really do have an awesome set of guys. It's kind of cool. We got a great team. We have fun together, from my plumbers to my air conditioning guys to my crawl space guys. Everybody works together as a team. They're just phenomenal.
We have training programs. We like it when people come in, they don't really know what they want to do, and we're able to help them find a trade and do things such as like a paid-for apprenticeship programs for HVAC, plumbing, electrical. We've sent people as far as Texas to also doing them here locally. We just truly like to see our people grow and succeed and get to the next step of their career. We want people here who truly aspire to be the best in their fields.
Welcome back to Builder Field as we are set to start the fourth and final quarter here in Newport News, Virginia. Builders holding to a 14-7 lead as Mason Tatum gives off the right side to Lawrence Reed. Minimal gain on the play, but a late flag comes in. Can't say that this has been a penalty-free game because it has not.
Holding, number 51 of the offense.
As we get a holding call on the offense, so that'll back the Builders up 10 yards. And instead of 1st and 10, that'll now make it 1st and 20. That pushes the football all the way back to the Brevard 35-yard line. Builders have been intent on coming out here in the second half, trying to put a lot of plays on this defense to see if they can pull some of the energy out of them and also put some points on the board as Petty goes in motion. Tatum, pressure. Steps up, steps through, able to avoid the rush and nearly throws an interception on the far side. Tornado defender unable to come up with the interception. That's a good thing. That gives the offense another opportunity on second down. So it'll be 2nd down and 17 upcoming, ball on the 35-yard line of the Tornadoes.
17.
14 and a half minutes remaining in the ball game. So if you're Mason Tatum strategically on this 2nd down and 17, you don't need to pick up the entire 17 yards in one play.
Number 9 of defense. That's 15 yards.
Okay, so something went on the far side that we didn't see the flag hit the ground. But according to Mark Barber, there was an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty called on the defense, so that'll push the football 15 yards deeper into Tornado territory. So now the ball is on the 20-yard line, first down and 10. So now if you're the Builders offensively, your whole playbook is back open to you. Instead of it being 1st and 10, instead of it being 2nd and 17, it's now 1st and 10 as Tatum. Inside give to Reed, who's met right at the point of attack and dropped for a loss.
Lawrence Reed on the carry.
So that's a loss of about, I believe, about 5 on the play.
Loss back to the 25-yard line, brings up 2nd and 15.
So the Builders are kind of right back where they were prior to that unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, 2nd and 15. Again, if you're Mason Tatum, you don't need to try to pick it all up in one play. Try to at least cut that down to go in half and try to pick it up on 3rd down. Z out to the flat. Nearly picked off, but instead it's going to be a reception for the offense.
Complete to number 2, McKeegan-Piotrowski.
So Piotrowski, whose name we've been calling a little bit more here in the second half, as well we should. He's a 6'3", 205-pound freshman. Folks, for a wide receiver, that is beautiful size for a wide receiver. So we're calling his name a little bit more here in the second half, as he's done a good job of using his body and putting it between him and the quarterback as Tatum looks, tries the far side, throw it to the end zone, looking for his big tight end Corpus. Well defended by Brevard, and that's going to bring up 4th down. So decision time for the coaching staff of the Builders, and they've already made their decision. They're going to try another field goal, which so far we are 0 for 2 on field goal attempts, both being blocked. So Jeremiah Morgan back out onto the field. Football sits on about the 15, 16-yard line, so we're looking at about a 33-yard field goal attempt here. Builders need to stay disciplined up front and not allow any penetration. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So tackle number 3 onto the scoreboard for the Builders. 33-yard field goal attempt from Jeremiah Morgan is good, and that pushes the Builder lead out to 17-7 over Brevard.
Be sure to join us on October 22nd.
Would have loved to come away from that drive with a touchdown, but look, the Builders did 2 things. One, they put points on the board. Secondly, they took a lot of time off of that clock. This drive started late in the 3rd. It did not end until early in the 4th. So that is just a great job of stringing together plays, and also a couple of penalties helped out on that drive to keep that drive alive, keep it going, put some plays on that defense, and take some time off that clock and shorten this game for the Builders. 13:05 remaining in the ball game. 17-7 is our score. Jeremiah Morgan set the kick. Both DJ Taylor and now Zachary Orr back to receive for Brevard. Again, Builders coming into today's contest after a huge victory over Averett last week by a score of 27-14. They were down 14-3 going into the half. Came out and put a few things together and able to get out of Averett with their first win of the season. They're 1-0 as Brevard College comes in. They're actually 0-1 after dropping their contest against Shorter last weekend by a score of 45-6. Morgan forces a touchback for Brevard. Good job, Morgan. So Brevard will take over at their own 25-yard line, trailing by 2 possessions. 17-7 is our score. So Eli Carr, again, is your quarterback as the offense gets ready to take the field for Brevard. Again, he did not start the contest at quarterback. It was actually Miles Hayes. But I believe Miles Hayes probably was benched due to ineffectiveness. He only threw for 25 yards in the first half, but he threw 2 very costly picks. As the give is to Murray. Murray, the leading ball carrier for Brevard on the day. able to pick up a couple of yards on the left side. That'll bring up second down and about 8 yards to go. Clock continues to tick. It's 12:48 remaining in the ball game.
Tight lead on the stop. Gain of 3 brings up 2nd and 7.
Excuse me, late substitution into the ball game. That's DJ Taylor. And we're going to get a timeout. Timeout being taken by Coach Bill Kyatt and Brevard. So that'll leave the Tornadoes with 2 timeouts remaining in this final 12:25 of the 4th quarter. Coach Brown trying to pick up his 2nd win on the season. Comes into today's contest with an overall record here in his 2nd season as the Builder head man. 3-7, trying to improve on that. Has a big opportunity to do so here on the first home game of the 2022 schedule for the Builders. Again, the Builders will be back here in Newport News next week, but it won't be a home game. They'll actually be playing Christopher Newport, which is also located right here in the city. So the Builders will simply go across town to play their next football game. So that should be fun. As the Tornadoes make their way back to the line of scrimmage, they come out with a 5 wide receiver set. No setback with Carr. Carr able to find his big wide receiver over on the left hash. Jonathan Woods, again, he's a graduate. He's 6'2", 190 pounds. He is big. I mean, he looks bigger on the field than everybody else. So it's obvious what Coach Kyatt wants to do here for the rest of the football game. He wants to try to test this secondary for the Builders as the pass attempt goes back to Woods, but this time Woods unable to hold on. So that'll make it 2nd down and 10 upcoming. Clock stopped on the incomplete pass, 11:54 remaining in the football game. Builders with a 10-point lead in the contest, 17-7. Here's the give. Builders stout up front as they're able to knock Dustin Stevens down for a minimal gain on 2nd down. So that's going to bring up 3rd down and long here upcoming. And if you are the Builders on defense, the philosophy is to believe that if they don't pick all of this up on 3rd down, there's a very good chance they're going to go for this on 4th down. So if you are Carr at the quarterback position, again, you don't need to pick it all up on 3rd. At least try to pick at least half of the yards to go up on 3rd and pick the rest of it up on 4th. And Cole with the catch. He didn't pick up the 1st down. He's going to be marked down around the 50 or the 49-yard line, which is going to put him about a yard or 2 shy of the 1st down. So that's going to bring up 4th down, and I don't think Coach Kyatt is going to spend a whole lot of time deciding what he's going to do. He's going for it on 4th and 2. Play clock now at 6, 5. It looks like they're going to have to take a timeout, and there it is. So Bill Kyatt has to take a timeout. Play clock was down at about 4, and they were still in the huddle. So we're going to break away here for just a moment for this commercial, and we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
One left here in the 4th quarter of action here at Builder Stadium, or Builder Field. Big fourth down play upcoming here for Coach Bill Kyatt and his offense, led by, right now, his quarterback Eli Carr. As you can hear the crowd starting to come to life. Fourth down and 2. Ball at the 49-yard line. Carr keeps. Carr stuffed. Beautiful job up front at the point of attack. Chase Gaines. I'm sorry, is that Chase Gaines? The linebacker, the first to fill the hole, meets Eli Carr right at the point of attack, stops him well short. As a matter of fact, stopped Carr right at the line of scrimmage, and that is going to be a turnover on down. Beautiful job by the defensive front to not only stand up the offensive line and keep them from pushing downfield, but a beautiful job by the linebacker to fill up the hole and stop Eli Carr cold. So back on the field now, Builder offense led by Mason Tatum. Builders now lead, or continue to lead, 17-7, 10:27 left in the ball game. Give up the middle. Nice gain on first down on that handoff. It's Curtis Green as we have a tornado down on the field. And we're going to step away. We're going to take an injury timeout. We'll be right back. Please don't go anywhere.
The thing that sets Worley's apart is that our people here truly care. They're here because they love their jobs and they want to learn more.
What I like about Worley's is the people, the team I work with every day.
My favorite thing about working at Worley's is that it's more like a family. I mean, it is work, but it's not.
They actually treat me like a person and not a number. And this is the first company where I really feel like I belong.
Here at Worley's, it's a great atmosphere. They really care about the customers, really care about the employees. We do whatever we got to do to make the job right.
Like the team, everybody's a team player. All about doing the right thing for the customer, taking pride in your work. It's just overall a great company to work for.
You know, we really do have an awesome set of guys. It's kind of cool. We got a great team. We have fun together, from my plumbers to my air conditioning guys to my crawl space guys. Everybody works together as a team. They're just phenomenal.
We have training programs. We like it when people come in and they don't really know what they want to do, and we're able to help them find a trade and do things.
10-17 remaining in the football game. Mason Tatum at the line of scrimmage, first down and 6. The player for Brevard was able to get up and get off the field under his own power.
Tatum's pass falls incomplete, intended for Caden Mullins. Brings up 4 and 6.
Intended for Caden Mullins is incomplete. You saw Caden take a huge shot on that play, so he's going to cycle off. Pass was incomplete. That brings up 3rd down and 6 for the Builders and Mason Tatum, who has really done a great job of just orchestrating the offense today. They haven't asked him to do a whole lot, and he hasn't really made a lot of mistakes with the football today, as he delivers out to Gurney, who does not pick up enough on 3rd down in his route.
Stop made by number 1, Dylan Jennings, short of line to gain.
Short. So what are the Builders going to do? The clock continues to go. 9 minutes and 50 seconds left in the ball game. The play clock is about 25 seconds. So it looks like they're going to try to go to the line of scrimmage, keep more clock, maybe take a delay of game penalty, or just try a hard count and see if they can get the defense to jump into the neutral zone. Play clock now at 9. Tatum looks, flush out of the pocket, tries to deliver downfield to continues to work. Give up the middle. Short gain on the play. That's Chris Green
Right
able to
length
pick
of
up
the stop.
a few yards on first down, bringing up 2nd and goal.
Gain of 4 down to the 6, brings up 2nd and goal.
Builders in their 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, 1 running back as Tatum looks, delivers into the end zone, was looking.
Tatum's pass falls incomplete, intended for Caden Mullins.
But overthrew him, so that's going to stop the clock. 8:23 remaining.
Brings up 3rd and goal.
As Massey and the Builders break the huddle. Clock stopped at 8:23. Builders 17-7, looking to add to their 10-point lead. Handoff inside. And stuff
Willis Walton on the carry.
is Willis Walton. Not much of a gain, if any. Is going to bring up 3rd down.
Stacked
Maybe
up
a
by a
gain of
host of
about
tornadoes led by number 42, Wyatt
So
Langford.
instead of 3rd down, I apologize. It's going to be 4th down now.
Gain down to the 4-yard line, brings
Ball at
up
the
4th
4-yard
and
line,
goal.
so the Builders will attempt a 21-yard field goal.
Jeremiah Brevard on to attempt a 21-yard field goal. Out of the hold of
Now,
Josh
this will
Stack.
keep, if the Builders are able to convert, which they do,
The kick is good.
so that will give the Builders a
7:38 to play in the fourth. Builders 20, Tornadoes 7.
lead on the heels of the 21-yard field goal conversion by Jeremiah Morgan. So 7:38 left here, and we'll stay here as the upcoming change of possession about to take place. As the Builders all set to turn it back over to the Tornadoes. Towards Jeremiah Morgan.
Jeremiah Morgan on to kick it off for the Builders.
And Zachary Orr.
Orr and DJ Taylor back deep for Brevard. Morgan's kick sails into the end zone for a touchback. There's a flag on the play.
Flag on the play. Back around the 43-yard line on the Builder side of the 50. We'll figure that out. Officials sort this out. We'll get a call from referee Mark Barber.
Off for 7, the kicking team. 5 yards to the line, they're both flat. First down.
So as you heard, that was an offsides on the Builders on the kickoff.
Penalty puts the ball on the 30-yard line. It'll be first and 10
So
for
that
Brevard.
will be added onto the line of scrimmage where the football would have been after the fair catch. So Brevard starts at their own 30-yard line with quarterback Carr, who hits his big body wide receiver.
Carr's pass is complete to Dalton Cole.
Cole not as active
Tackle
in the
made by Chase Gaines. Pick up to the 37-yard line, brings up second and 3.
That he is their senior wide receiver. So he's one of their more experienced wide receivers in this offense. But Cole hasn't been much of a factor. Maybe they'll try to see if they can factor him here into the game late. As the catch made across the middle.
Carr's pass is complete to Jonathan Woods.
A little bit more here in the second half. As the
Gain of 7 is enough for a Brevard first down.
gets stopped. That's going to be a first down.
Tackle made by Josh Bundles.
Barber winds the clock. Sticks are being moved. We're now just under 7 minutes remaining in the ball game. Builders up by 2 possessions, 20-7. Carr.
I like that, folks! Carr's pass is complete.
Big shot taken.
For number 6, Ray Salvarez, down on the field for an injury.
Who is currently down on the play. So let's tell you what, let's step away for about 30 seconds and give the staff an opportunity to work on Alvarez. Folks, we'll be right back.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit Bayport CU.
Alvarez able to get off the field under his own power, and that's always a good sign.
Gain of 4 brings up 2nd and 6 for Brevard.
We did make the catch, and he did pick up positive yards. He was only 4 yards. That's going to bring up 2nd down and 6 for Eli Carr in the offense for Brevard. As he looks, checks it down to Cole. And the Builders swarm to the football. Beautiful job on defense.
Was stuffed up behind the line of scrimmage by Jake Carthorne.
That's just a beautiful job of getting to the football.
Loss of 3 on the play.
In fact, he actually lost yards on the play.
Builder fans, it's
The entire field is going to be 4-down territory. So they will not be punting for the remainder of this game, being down by 2 possessions. It's called. There's a change in the call. There's a change in the call. Instead of a fumble, instead of a sack, fumble, and recovery by the defense, that is going to be ruled an incomplete pass. From Eli Carr, the officials say his arm was moving forward. So, instead of a turnover, it's now going to be 4th down and 9 coming as we get a timeout. Timeout being taken by Coach Bill Kyatt and Brevard. There's a possibility they may mull over taking, going for it on 4th down. I mean, you got to believe that if they give it back to the Builders, the Builders are probably going to eat up at least a couple of minutes off the clock. So that would shorten the amount of time that his offense has to try to cut into this 2-possession lead. So there's a good chance that out of this timeout, Brevard may be going for this on 4th down. So depending on what they do, the Builders have 3 timeouts. So when Brevard comes out and shows what their intentions are on 4th down, defensively, the Builders can take a timeout, and that way they can set their defense for what Brevard decides to do. And we see Eli Carr coming back onto the field with the offense. As you see Eli Carr coming back onto the field with the offense. Builders may take another timeout here defensively to see exactly what they want to do to set themselves up on defense, but they don't. So here it is, 4th down. Carr throws short. Wide receiver able to get away, able to pick up a bunch of yards, and before he's finally tripped up, but there are a couple of flags on the far side, so let's see what the flags are. If they are defensive, then they're going to be declined, and Brevard will have a 1st down. If they are against the offense, and of course the penalty yardage will be marked off. So Mark Barber, who is our referee, is talking it over. Here we go.
Holding on the defense. Okay. Number 10. Personal foul, line side block. Number 2 for the offense. Those fouls offset. Replay fourth down.
So you heard Mark Barber. There were 2 fouls on the field, one against each team. So they'll be offsetting, which basically means the play did not happen. So we'll take the ball all the way back to the original line of scrimmage, where it'll be 4th down and 9 yards to go from Brevard's 46-yard line. And once again, they're not punting. Five minutes, 20 seconds remaining in the ball game. Builders 20-7 have played great football today defensively. Neither team has really kept their hands clean as it relates to penalties today. It's Carr. Pressure. Carr goes down, and that'll be a turnover on downs. Beautiful job once again by the defense to not only put pressure on Carr, but to bring him down for the huge sack. That is Denzel Porter with the sack. So the Builders will now pick up their next possession, 1st down and 10 from the Brevard 37-yard line. 4 minutes, 55 seconds left in the ball game, and the Builders lead 20-7. Mason Tatum brings the Builders back out on the field in 12 personnel. Single setback. Here's Reed as the big body running back, 6 foot, 180, the junior, runs over left side, able to pick up nice yardage on 1st down, about 5.5 yards. So more importantly than the yards, the clock continues to tick. We're down around 4 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in the ball game. Builders are going to take their time, folks. No sense in getting to the line of scrimmage quickly. You don't snap that ball until it's somewhere inside of 5 seconds left on the play clock. Here's Reed again. Reed busts through. Reed into the end zone. Touchdown, Builders. 37-yard touchdown run from Lawrence Reed. No flags on the field, folks, and that's going to seal it. That is going to put a cap on this one, folks, as the Builders have added to their lead now 26-7.
That's what I'm talking about.
As a point after attempt upcoming. Nice job. Nice job up front by the Builder offensive line to open up holes. And the kick is up and good. So 27-7 is our score. Again, thanks to a 37-yard run by Lawrence Reed, as the Builders have pretty much salted this game away, folks. 4 minutes and 8 seconds remaining. And when the Builders take the field on defense, it's going to make it all the more easier to play defense, because Brevard will not be running the football for the rest of the game. It'll be all passing from here out. Beautiful day to play football. Beautiful score on the scoreboard. As Jeremiah Morgan gets set to kick the ball back to Brevard again, back to receive are Cooper and DJ Taylor. Coach Vincent Brown with the opportunity to start this young season off at 2-0 for his Builder team. As the boot into the end zone goes deep and out of the end zone, that is going to be another touchback for Morgan. So Bill Kayak sends his offense back onto the field 4 minutes and 8 seconds left in the ball game. Not really sure exactly what is going on the field. We do have a stoppage at the moment. So Eli Carr, the second half starter, with the give off the left side to Murray. So Murray able to pick up a few yards on first down. The clock continues to roll. Builders with 2 timeouts, Tornadoes with none. So the only way the Tornadoes can even stop the clock is if they get out of bounds, and Murray was unsuccessful at getting out of bounds on that run. So the clock continues to tick. 3 minutes 40 seconds left in the ball game as Carr looks over the defense for the Tornadoes. Murray stuffed in the backfield. Justin DePriest able to knife in and make the tackle. So third down upcoming for Eli Carr and the offense. Play clock now at 17. Game clock at exactly 3 minutes and ticking. Brevard in no hurry. Here's Carr. No pressure. Finds his receiver in the middle of the field. Breaks a couple of tackles. Is Zachary Orr. Orr able to pick up enough for the first down. So that'll stop the clock momentarily as the sticks move. Once the ball is set, the sticks are in place. The clock will start with 2:36 remaining in the ball game. As Carr and the Tornadoes go into their 2-minute offense. Pass is caught by his big wide receiver, Jonathan Woods. Pickup of about 4 or 5 on the play. Clock does not stop.
Down to the 47-yard line. Pickup of 6 brings up 2nd and 12.
As the clock now ticks down to about 2 minutes remaining in the football game. Carr, incomplete pass looking for Murray on the far side. That stops the clock at 2:01 remaining. 27-7 is our score. The Builders have controlled this football game throughout on the scoreboard. After taking an opening game drive all the way down the field into the end zone for a touchdown and going up 7-0, the Builders have not looked back. They've been efficient on offense. They've been strong on defense this afternoon. So the game plan performed almost flawlessly here today for the Builders and Coach Vincent Brown as we get a stoppage. Flags come out. The play clock is at 00, so there's a good chance this is a delay of game penalty, and there it is. Yeah, so that's a bit of a mental mistake there by your quarterback. But even if that was the case, he couldn't have called a timeout because they're out of timeouts. So the play clock is the quarterback's responsibility. He has to glance up at that play clock when he breaks the huddle. Carr didn't do it, and they lost 5 yards on that penalty. So the clock starts. 1:40 remaining. As the football game in Austin, Texas is just gone final. Bama 20, Texas 19. As the pass downfield goes incomplete for Pleasure.
Jackson on the coverage.
Jackson on the coverage.
Brings up 4th and 10 for the Tornadoes.
So it'll be 4th and 10, so instead of going for it again, Brevard is going to punt it away at the 1:27 mark of the 4th quarter. Gertie back to receive for the Builders as the punt is away wobbly sideways spinning punt. And it's just going to drop there, but instead Gertie is going to pick it up. And I believe a flag may have been thrown on the far side. There were a couple of players for each team kind of mixing it up over there on the far side. So I believe once everything is settled, there's going to be some type of personal foul, unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on which team I'm not sure, but I believe it's going to be on the Builders.
Holding. Number one red. 10 yards field pitch. First down.
So they call holding on Paul Massey Jr. on that change of possession. So that's a post-possession penalty. That's a post-possession penalty, so that'll back the Builders up 10 yards, and it'll put the football at the 20-yard line, 1:18 remaining. Tornadoes with no timeouts. So theoretically, Mason Tatum can just go out there and take a knee and just run the clock out for the final 1:18. And we get a stoppage. I believe that's going to be either a timeout or the Builders, or the play clock expired on the Builders. Okay, I missed what the call was from the referee. So the play clock is reset to 25. Game clock at 1:16. Inside give to Green, who's tackled down. So the clock is just going to continue to tick as Coach Bill Kyatt and the Tornadoes cannot call any timeouts to stop the clock. So, again, the Builders just can take a knee a couple of times and get out of here with the victory. Game clock at 52, play clock at 23 as the Builders go into victory formation. And that is how things are going to get wrapped up here at Builder Field as the Builders, with a 27-7 lead, 35 seconds remaining in this afternoon's contest, as Mason Tatum takes a knee, passes offensive lineman on the helmet, tells him great job, which is what they did today. They kept him clean all day long, and that'll do it. Clock now at 14. Both coaching staffs make their way onto the field, midfield, to shake hands with one another as Coach Vincent Brown picks up his second victory of the season, fourth of his young coaching career here at the Apprentice School. Bill Kyatt and his Tornadoes from Brevard, they will fall to 0-2 after having dropped their contest against Shorter last week by a score of 45-6. They walk out of here defeated 27-7. Again, nice day today by the offensive line for the Builders as they kept Mason Tatum clean all day today. Great job by the defense, forcing turnovers, pressuring the quarterback when they needed it. Nearly pitched a shutout, but instead they'll walk out of here with a 27-7 victory over the Brevard College Tornadoes. So once again, we want to thank all of Builder Nation for coming out today. Nice crowd on hand today to witness this football game, this huge win for Coach Brown and this program. So, folks, for Howard McCain, for our engineer, producer, Dave Davenport, and his dad, we want to say thank you for joining us this afternoon for this athletic contest here at Builder Field. Finally, your score, Builders 27, Tornadoes of Brevard College 7. Come back with us next week. Now, we won't be on the air because we'll be on the road, but we'll be at Newport, Christopher Newport next week here in Newport News, Virginia. So, again, for all of our staff, we want to say thank you. Have a great day. And remember, this is Builder Football.
The thing that sets Worley's apart is that our people here truly care. They're here because they love their jobs and they want to learn more.
What I like about Worley's is the people, the team I work with every day.
My favorite thing about working at Worley's is that it's more like a family. I mean, it is work, but it's not.
They actually treat me like a person and not a number. And this is the first company where I really feel like I belong.
Here at Worley's, it's a great atmosphere. They really care about the customers, really care about the employees. We do whatever we got to do to make the job right.
Like the team, everybody's a team player. All about doing the right thing for the customer, taking pride in your work. It's just overall a great company to work for.
You know, we really do have an awesome set of guys. It's kind of cool. We got a great team. We have fun together, from my plumbers to my air conditioning guys to my crawl space guys. Everybody works together as a team. They're just phenomenal.
We have training programs. We like it when people come in, they don't really know what they want to do, and we're able to help them find a trade and do things such as like a paid-for apprenticeship programs for HVAC, plumbing, electrical. We've sent people as far as Texas to also doing them here locally. We just truly like to see our people grow and succeed and get to the next step of their career. We want people here who truly aspire to be the best in their fields.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.